Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here, and today, for our next episode behind the scenes, we are going to be taking a look at Jorge's death behind the scenes. So here we are, just finished killing all the enemies, and let's get this cutscene going. So Jorge's death is actually, it's a little interesting actually, but I'll show you guys as we go.
Distance is closing.
So here the cutscene starts up. And nothing out of the ordinary just yet. Jorge is just trying to get the slip space drive ready to detonate, but as you know, here he realizes that it's pretty much the detonator is like broken or something, and he has to. It's basically a dead man switch for him. So he's telling Noble 6 he has to stay behind. There's not much. Not much jumping around in this cutscene either. The lighting stays pretty constant. Every now and then changes, like here. But the characters, they for most of the cutscenes, are just standing here talking, so that's why they're not moving much. But the lighting does change every time the camera moves a different character in the cutscene. And here, when he picks up Noble 6. Also pretty fluid, but Noble 6's body kind of like moves like kind of out of position sort of a little bit. And then finally he tosses him. And actually, if you didn't notice, but Noble 6 actually bounces off like the edge. And then we actually get to see a little bit of what Jorge does after he tosses Noble 6 out. And he basically just walks to the ground of the ship. As for the ship itself, it actually teleports up here and starts flying towards the supercarrier. Or not the supercarrier, the assault carrier. And let's get close and follow the ship as it goes. Now, if you look closely, this ship is actually not the ship that you're just on. As in, this is just like a kind of like a low resolution, low poly kind of copy of that ship. See the hangar base, fake and everything. It's not as detailed as the actual ship. And here's when it starts to detonate. The slip space drive is activating and everything. But if you go inside, like I said, it's kind of like, it's fake, it's not the real one. Jorge is in here, just no hangar, nothing's loaded inside. It's just empty space inside, basically. And here, if we continue the scene, the ship actually stops moving, and see, it just hovers around there, and then the actual detonation happens in the middle of the ship, the assault carrier right here, far away from the actual small ship that you were flying up there. So yeah, it's it actually doesn't, it just jumps to here. Now once it actually detonates, the small ship does disappear. And let's watch it up close, detonation in first from this view. So it does split the ship, as normally, as you see in the actual cutscene. At this point, everything else is pretty much as you'd expect. And the EMP is still moving outwards. The two pieces of the ship are just kind of hovering away, and eventually they despawn. But the effects are still there, like the fire and the electricity going around. It's all still there, and it stays there. As for the rest of the cutscene, here's where the coming ships are coming in, and they actually just disappear right after. And I'm pretty sure this is where the screen actually fades to black in the actual cutscene. But that's basically it for this cutscene. The rest, yeah, the cutscene just ends at this point, but what's interesting here is if you actually fly low enough, there actually is kind of like an atmosphere to the planet that you can kind of fly down towards, but you can't fly like too low. There's still a barrier. But it's actually kind of interesting because, as you can see, you can kind of fly a little bit towards the clouds and stuff, but this is as slow as we can go. Just a little interesting thing. So, yeah, that's basically it for Jorge's death behind the scenes. It's pretty much as you'd expect, not really any surprises. The biggest one is probably like the couple seconds that we get to see after he tosses Noble 6 out. he just turns around and like walks back towards the thing as expected, but he actually just walks into the floor. But yeah, just a little interesting perspective. So anyways, I'm just going to replay that whole cutscene again without any commentary or pausing and showing you guys stuff, so you can watch the whole thing from start to finish. So, enjoy.
Say, excuse me.
Distance is closing on this vessel's refueling track with the Covenant supercarrier. 76 seconds to endpoint.
So, it's gonna be like that. Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and her thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to endpoint.
Yeah. Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later. Better get going, Six. They're gonna need you down there. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this. Tell him to make it count.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
Covenant signatures.
Slip space
Does anyone
rupture
have a
detected.
visual? They're everywhere!
Slip space rupture
Must be
detected.
the whole damn Covenant
Slip
fleet.
space rupture detected.
Alright, there you guys have it. I hope you guys did enjoy that and found it interesting. And if you did, make sure to leave a like. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions, or if you want something you want to see specifically, just let me know in the comments section. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We got a lot of other cool things to show you guys coming out soon. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time.